Hello, my dear friends, and welcome. It's so good to have you with us today. How many of you, as you've journeyed through the years, have found that a good, solid night's sleep can sometimes feel like an elusive treasure? You lie in bed, tossing and turning, your mind racing, or perhaps you drift off only to wake up a few hours later, unable to fall back asleep. It's a common experience, especially for us seniors, and the frustration of insomnia can cast a long shadow over our days, affecting our energy, our mood, and our overall well-being. Imagine Mrs. Tanaka, a kind woman in her late 70s living in a quiet neighborhood in Kyoto. For years, she had struggled with sleep. She'd go to bed feeling tired, but her mind would refuse to switch off. She'd count sheep, try deep breathing, listen to calming music. All the usual tricks. Some nights she'd get a few fitful hours, other nights barely any sleep at all. She felt perpetually fatigued, her days were less joyful, and she worried about the long-term impact on her health. Her doctor had offered sleeping pills, but Mrs. Tanaka was hesitant. She'd heard about the side effects and the risk of dependency, and she longed for a more natural solution, something gentle that wouldn't leave her feeling groggy. Does any of this sound familiar to you, dear friends? The longing for that deep, restorative sleep that seems just out of reach? Well, today, I want to share something truly fascinating with you, a simple, almost surprisingly straightforward technique that has its roots in Japanese wisdom and is now gaining attention for its remarkable ability to help seniors achieve that coveted 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep. And the best part? No pills are needed. It's a secret that's been quietly practiced by many, and now science is beginning to understand why it works so well. Are you curious? Are you ready to discover a gentle path to better sleep? Then stay with me, because this might just be the simple solution you've been searching for. So, what is this secret Japanese technique, this simple yet powerful aid to achieving deep and restful sleep, especially for seniors? Are you ready for it? It might surprise you with its utter simplicity. The secret, dear friends, is wearing socks to bed. Yes, you heard me correctly. Putting on a pair of clean, comfortable socks before you slip under the covers. It sounds almost too easy, doesn't it? How could something so basic make such a profound difference to something as complex as sleep, especially for those of us who have tried so many other things? I can almost hear some of you thinking, socks? In bed? But my feet get too hot. Or, I've always slept barefoot, how could that possibly help? And those are perfectly natural reactions. The idea of wearing socks to bed is not universally embraced, and for some it might even seem counterintuitive. We often associate cool feet with comfort, but what Japanese wisdom and now, increasingly, scientific understanding suggests is that warming your feet with socks before and during sleep can actually be a key trigger for a cascade of physiological responses that promote faster sleep onset and deeper, more sustained sleep throughout the night. Say it's a gentle nudge to your body's internal thermostat, signaling that it's time to rest. Intrigued? Let's explore the science behind why this seemingly humble act can be so surprisingly effective. This isn't just an old wives' tale, there's real physiology at play here. To understand why wearing socks to bed can be such an effective sleep aid, we need to delve into the fascinating relationship between our body temperature and our sleep-wake cycle. Our bodies are incredibly intelligent, and they have intricate mechanisms for regulating sleep, one of which involves subtle changes in temperature. There are two key concepts here: core body temperature and distal skin temperature. Your core body temperature is the temperature of your internal organs. Your distal skin temperature refers to the temperature of your extremities, primarily your hands and feet. Throughout the day, our core body temperature naturally fluctuates, typically being a bit higher during our active daytime hours, and then dropping slightly as we approach our natural bedtime. This slight drop in core body temperature is a crucial signal to our brain that it's time to prepare for sleep. In fact, a lower core body temperature is strongly associated with sleep onset and the maintenance of deep sleep. So, how do socks fit into this picture? It might seem paradoxical that warming your feet could help lower your core body temperature, but that's exactly what happens. When you wear socks to bed, you warm up your feet. This warming of the distal skin, your feet, causes the blood vessels in your feet to dilate or widen. This process is called vasodilation. As these blood vessels open up, It allows more blood to flow to the surface of your skin, and this, in turn, helps to release heat from your body out into the environment. Think of your feet and hands as natural radiators for your body. By warming them with socks, you're essentially opening up these radiators, allowing your core body heat to dissipate more efficiently. This helps to facilitate that all-important slight drop in core body temperature that signals to your brain, okay, it's time to sleep now. Studies have actually shown this effect. Research using polysomnography, which measures brain waves, eye movements, muscle activity, and heart rate during sleep, and body temperature monitoring, has demonstrated that warming the feet, for instance, by wearing socks or using a foot bath before bed, can lead to a quicker onset of sleep. Participants in these studies often fall asleep faster when their feet are warm. Furthermore, the quality of sleep can also be improved, with potentially more time spent in deeper, more restorative stages of sleep. So the warmth from the socks isn't just about cozy comfort. It's a physiological trigger that helps to orchestrate the body's natural temperature regulation for optimal sleep. It's a gentle, non-invasive way to work with your body's natural rhythms, rather than against them. Hearing the science is one thing, but knowing that real people just like us, have found relief and better sleep through this simple technique can be incredibly encouraging and persuasive. While individual experiences can vary, there are countless anecdotal reports and even smaller observational studies that support the benefits of wearing socks to bed for improving sleep in seniors. Let's go back to Mrs. Tanaka, the lady from Kyoto we met earlier, who was struggling with insomnia. After hearing about this simple trick from a friend who had read about it, Mrs. Tanaka was, like many, a bit skeptical. She'd always slept barefoot. But she was also desperate for a good night's rest. So one evening she decided to try it. She chose a pair of soft, breathable cotton socks, not too tight, and put them on just before getting into bed. To her utter surprise, she found herself drifting off to sleep much more quickly than usual. She still woke up once during the night, but she was able to fall back asleep relatively easily, which was a rarity for her. After a few nights of consistently wearing socks to bed, Mrs. Tanaka noticed a significant improvement. She was sleeping longer, feeling more refreshed in the morning, and her daytime fatigue began to lift. For her, it felt like a small miracle. Then there's Mr. Harrison, a 78-year-old gentleman from a small town in England, who often complained of cold feet, especially during the winter months, which he felt kept him awake. His daughter read an article about the Japanese technique of wearing socks to bed for better sleep and suggested he try it. He was already used to wearing bed socks for warmth, but he hadn't specifically connected it to overall sleep quality beyond just foot comfort. Once he started paying attention, he realized that on the nights he wore his soft woolen socks, he not only fell asleep faster because his feet were warm, but he also seemed to sleep more soundly through the night with fewer interruptions. He became a convert, telling his friends at the local seniors club about his secret weapon against insomnia. And consider Mrs. Chen, a grandmother in her early 80s from Taiwan, who often experienced restless legs in the evening. While wearing socks isn't a direct cure for restless legs syndrome, which often requires medical evaluation, she found that wearing light, non-restrictive compression socks or even just regular soft socks to bed sometimes helped to soothe her legs and, combined with the gentle warming effect, made it easier for her to relax and fall asleep. The gentle pressure and warmth seemed to provide a comforting sensation that reduced her urge to move her legs. These are just a few examples, but they illustrate a common thread. For many seniors who try this simple technique, the results can be surprisingly positive, leading to quicker sleep onset, more sustained sleep, and an overall improvement in sleep quality, all without resorting to medication. It truly highlights how sometimes the simplest solutions can be the most effective. Beyond the primary benefit of promoting better sleep, wearing socks to bed, particularly for seniors, can offer a surprising array of other positive effects on health and well-being. These additional perks make this simple habit even more appealing. Firstly, as we've touched upon, wearing socks helps to improve blood circulation in your feet. The warmth encourages vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels. This increased blood flow can be particularly beneficial for older adults who might experience poorer circulation in their extremities. due to age-related changes in blood vessels or conditions like peripheral neuropathy, often associated with diabetes. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients are delivered to the tissues in your feet, and waste products are removed more efficiently. This can help to keep your feet healthier and may even alleviate some discomfort associated with poor circulation, such as coldness or numbness. Secondly, keeping your feet warm by wearing socks to bed can help prevent you from catching a cold, especially during colder months or if your bedroom tends to be a bit chilly. While socks won't magically ward off viruses, cold feet can sometimes lower your body's overall resistance. When your body is trying to conserve heat because your feet are cold, blood flow to other areas, including your nasal passages, might be slightly reduced. Some theories suggest that this could make it easier for cold viruses to take hold if you're exposed to them. By keeping your feet comfortably warm, you help maintain a more stable core body temperature and support your body's natural defenses. It's a simple way to contribute to overall comfort and potentially reduce your susceptibility to common chills. Thirdly, for some individuals, wearing socks to bed can help to prevent dry, cracked heels. If you apply a good moisturizer to your feet before putting on cotton socks, the socks can help to lock in the moisture overnight, leading to softer, smoother skin on your heels and feet. This can be especially helpful for seniors, as skin tends to become drier with age. Another interesting, though perhaps less common benefit, is that for some women experiencing hot flashes during menopause or perimenopause, and sometimes even postmenopausally, regulating foot temperature by wearing light, breathable socks can paradoxically help manage these episodes. The theory is similar to the sleep mechanism. By helping to control peripheral heat loss through the feet, it might assist the body in better regulating its overall temperature fluctuations. This is more anecdotal but reported by some. Finally, there's the simple comfort factor. For many people, especially those who tend to have cold feet, slipping on a pair of soft, cozy socks before bed just feels good. It creates a sense of warmth, security, and relaxation that can, in itself, make it easier to unwind and drift off to sleep. This psychological comfort, combined with the physiological benefits of vasodilation and core temperature regulation, makes wearing socks to bed a multifaceted approach to better sleep and overall well-being for seniors. While wearing socks to bed can be a wonderful and effective sleep aid for many seniors, it's also important to be aware of a few precautions and considerations to ensure it's done safely and comfortably, especially if you have certain health conditions. Firstly, the choice of socks matters greatly. You should opt for socks that are made of soft, breathable materials like cotton, light wool like merino wool, or cashmere. Avoid socks made of synthetic materials like nylon or polyester if you find they make your feet sweat, as damp feet can actually make you feel colder and more uncomfortable in the long run and can also create a breeding ground for fungal infections. The socks should also be loose-fitting and not too tight. Socks with tight elastic bands around the ankles can restrict blood circulation, which is counterproductive to the goal of promoting vasodilation and can be particularly problematic for individuals with circulatory issues or diabetes. Look for socks that are specifically designed as bed socks, or choose a pair that is a size larger than your usual day socks if needed to ensure they are not constricting. Secondly, hygiene is important. Always wear a clean pair of socks to bed each night. Socks worn during the day will have accumulated sweat, dirt, and bacteria, and you don't want to bring those into your bed. Regularly washing your bed socks is essential. Thirdly, if you have very sweaty feet, hyperhidrosis, wearing socks to bed might not be comfortable or advisable for you, as it could exacerbate the sweating and lead to skin irritation or infections. In such cases, other methods to warm the feet before bed, like a warm foot bath followed by thoroughly drying the feet, might be a better alternative than wearing socks throughout the night. Fourthly, and this is a very important consideration, individuals with diabetes need to be particularly careful. Diabetes can cause nerve damage, neuropathy, which can reduce sensation in the feet. This means a diabetic person might not realize if their socks are too tight, if there's a wrinkle or a foreign object in the sock causing pressure, or if their feet are getting too hot, potentially leading to blisters, sores, or burns that can be slow to heal and prone to infection. Diabetics should always inspect their feet daily for any signs of irritation. Choose very soft, non-restrictive diabetic socks if possible, and ensure their socks are seamless to avoid pressure points. It's always best for individuals with diabetes to discuss wearing socks to bed with their doctor or podiatrist to ensure it's safe for their specific condition. Similarly, people with significant peripheral vascular disease or other circulatory problems should also consult their doctor before making it a regular habit, just to ensure it won't cause any unintended issues. The goal is gentle warmth to promote vasodilation, not excessive heat or constriction. Listening to your body is key. If wearing socks to bed causes any discomfort, itching, or other problems, then it's probably not the right solution for you, and it's worth exploring other sleep-promoting strategies. So, my dear friends, as we bring our exploration of this simple yet surprisingly powerful Japanese sleep technique to a close, let's reflect on what we've learned. We started by acknowledging the common struggle many seniors face with insomnia, a challenge that can deeply impact our quality of life, and we met Mrs. Tanaka, whose story of finding relief is so heartening. We then unveiled the secret, the wonderfully simple act of wearing socks to bed. We delved into the fascinating science behind it, understanding how warming our feet helps to regulate our core body temperature, triggering vasodilation and signaling our brain that it's time for sleep. This isn't just folklore, it's rooted in sound physiological principles. The real-life experiences of individuals like Mrs. Tanaka, Mr. Harrison, and Mrs. Chen further illustrated how this gentle method can lead to quicker sleep onset and more sustained, restful slumber. Beyond just helping us sleep better, we discovered that wearing socks to bed can offer other delightful benefits, such as promoting better blood circulation in our feet, potentially helping to prevent colds, and even keeping our heels soft and smooth. It's a small habit with a surprising number of positive ripple effects. However, we also took care to discuss the important precautions, choosing the right kind of soft, breathable, non-restrictive socks, maintaining good hygiene, and being particularly mindful if you have conditions like very sweaty feet, or crucially, diabetes, in which case consulting your doctor is always the wisest course of action. The overall message today is one of hope and gentle empowerment. If you are one of the many seniors who yearn for a good night's sleep without resorting to medication, this simple Japanese technique of wearing socks to bed might just be worth a try.